Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to part 63 in the Crew 2 as a full walkthrough. Arriving in San Francisco in the last video before I'm about to take the detour to have one sprint race to go over at the coastal range. Just to have one event to have a one-way ticket to have some other 3 events on the same location to have some different areas like the oil fields, Los Angeles, and Los Padres. Differently to have some different layouts on each part of the route to have one race, one street race in the group category, but this time going right back to be in San Francisco for today's video segment as I'm about to have 3 events plus a special to be in Frisco until the final stage of the USB Tour West Edition is about to come to an end. So I'll have to start out between in the Bay Area to Central Valley, the gates of Chinatown, and San Francisco commute. Alright, so looks like I'm already here, and this will be the perfect time to go over to have one part of the next race to be in Central Valley to have the finish line to do the second part and continuation. But there's no need to do some fast travel because I'm already here and auto switch to choose any street race vehicle to have a best pick. You know, since I just went down to do some WIP preparation to do on the live summit event to have the 4th annual Halloween journey. Treat journey is definitely to have the 4th annual since Demons Unleashed, San Francisco Ghost Tour, and Trip or Treat. Looks like Halloween is about to be arriving in about next week because earlier before November will be said to be on the arrival date. But I can't wait to see Best of Flashback is about to be coming up soon to have 6 events all together like any other kinds of themed summons like Into the Storm, Blizzard Rush, and the US Speed Tour next as well. So let me give me a moment and choose any available street race vehicle to go by pick that I never used before. So how about the 2015 KTM 450 EXE Street Race Edition? That would be a very good choice to be using from the motocross and become as a street race vehicle due to the tires are now perfectly to be driven on the asphalt. So I'll have to pick this most finest motocross street bike to be entered and do the loading screen to have a time of condition. So let's do this, folks. One motocross street bike is now being prepared to have a one part of the challenge in nighttime. So let's go and climb up to be a rival here onto the main forest of the trees.
Let's see what you've got under that hood.
Alright, let's see how am I supposed to do more capable to be tested and without doing any tricks and skill. For this race, climbing up on top of the hills is just yet to be leaving in San Francisco once again before arriving into the coastal range. But this will be doing another part of the sprint race that you might need to go faster to have a one-way access to be arriving on each current corners and hill climbs as you really need to do any 4 wheels or motorcycles depends on this one is actually to do the best well serve. So I'll have to stay defense in the lead, going checkpoint to be on the main route, hit the nitro, 4.1 seconds, and then going up. Okay, that's 20%. Well done. Keep up the clean driving, but I can actually feel the experience and much more capable to be better than driving in the motocross version as original. But this one is now being titled as a street race edition to the KTM 450 EXE. Now all I have to do is gonna have to make a patient time to go on top of the hill and then go down and step it up on the nitro to have the checkpoint clear. But any other street race vehicle to be eligibility to be entered at any time that you guys really might need to choose your favorite ride. But I'm always gonna have to be preferred to have different vehicle for this part of every video segment. So heads up, next turn on the left. And that's turn left number 2. slow down and keep up the good run. Quite naturally, to do a best way to go downhill to be doing differences by opposite. But of course, California may have tons of mountains to be going to be around onto the west coast to be a okay, well, maybe I might need to stay focused on this one because I just almost to be running out of adjectives here. That could be embarrassing to say this because I just had a lot of tough day to do some errands without having a PlayStation Membership Plus. But did I ever mention that you guys ever see my video on Twitter and Instagram about my WIP session during a custom race with using AI opponents in dispenser camp character names? Well, for starters, I just used the Chevy Corvette CR1 4th generation 1989 to have a one step to be on the main braking position until Gabby just put a hit on me at the first corner. But even though, just to have one sound of the lap that you really might need to be recognized, because that will be doing much more fine hint and figuration. But of course, I just survived one piece and just get back on the main recovery. So I'll have to be moving on and focusing to do some more major attempts to do some live stream production in progress. So here we are, folks, arriving in Central Valley after taking a few miles from the city of San Francisco. Finish line is now arrived on site, and I'll take home the podium. Okay, that's a good pure driving street race event to be cleared. So, looks like one daily is complete, but I can't wait to see how the motor pass is about to be going in defunct in the next update. That's one event complete, leaving from San Francisco to go back and do the next two ones as well. So gonna have to give me a moment to have some options. Okay, go by the gear icon and looks like still doing well. Audio that needs to be a bit more turning up a bit. Okay, minor check, and let's go back to the map. See? This part of the layout and we're having a hill climbing to do the first step, and then going down to do the second part from San Francisco to be on the starting point in Bay Area and go arrival at Central Valley. Mostly, every street race vehicle depends on American, European, or Japanese car, so it'll have to do any sprint race on other location around in America. So gonna have to get back to San Francisco and choose one of the two events to be located in SF, the Commute, or the Gates of Chinatown. Alright, so this will be doing much fine street racing track layout for only 2 laps, so I'll have to take the Commute and get back in onto the same spot Papillon on the location. Switching up the vehicle, and let's see. Gonna have to prefer to choose any Japanese or American car. So why not go for the 1988 Mazda RX-7 Turbo 10th Anniversary FC model. It's about time and get ready to have a most finest Japanese JDM race to go into the SF city. So let's get it on, and I'll have to get my mind up to be much more under control to be desired, so I just really need to get more focusing on myself. It takes progress, waiting, and updatable to be changed up on every content video that needs to be reduced onto some bloopers and outtakes. So here we are in nighttime, but it's about to get more rain. Let's go electrifying in a faster start.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Okay, the FC's in the lead, and I'll have to go by any configuration lineup as you guys have already noted. Okay, looks like pedestrians are outside during the rain. Okay, let's give them some warm welcome. and clean racing around in the cities of streets of San Francisco. That's 4.5 seconds progression and going at it in 22%. Okay, let's feel the turbo of the rotary tuner car can actually to go more handling power slide. But very much more fine electric shot to be on the impact smoke is very good to be capable during the nighttime. Feel that potential, and here comes the jump. There we go. That would be preferred to have a full nitro if I can go faster up to 200 miles per hour. So gonna have to keep it going and head over to be at Central Waterfront. Okay, that's good. Now for lap number 2. This will be the final lap. Almost to be at 20 seconds behind the gap, and the FC Turbo is still doing much more excellent and awesome to be served as an American vehicle to be using on the left hand side interior. Unlike the Japanese version to the right hand side, but this will be doing a fine, good rotary road car to be made in the 1980s. Okay, 68% is now going progress complete. Almost there, folks. So that will have to take enough more time and wait for the nitro to be in full. There's no time to do it right now. I'm about to save it later on and do the most wide open airborne jump. So this is it, folks. Approaching in the hills and going extreme. Yeah. Now that's a perfect touchdown to go cleared and precisely to be landed on the road. Avenue Street, that is. That just made a huge more stunt of performance. Okay, back at the Central Waterfront. Almost there. And that will be it to have one best race to go commute in San Fran. Hit the nitro and go, go, go. Very excellent and much average time in 3 minutes, 36.980 seconds. Adding up to go extra by over 25,000 bucks and more parts to be received to be carried over. Otherwise, it'll have to be sent over onto the Blue headquarters on the mailbox. So that's one event done to be completed in San Francisco. Kinda admit, this will be doing a perfect time to go on waypoint to be set and go quickly as possible. So SF commute is check. Next up, Gates of Chinatown. Different location to be set to be in the location of Marina. That's how this will have to take one-way cruise around on the city, so this will have to take a momentarily to go on the photo lineup. Okay, photo op nearby. I'll have to save this later on. So I have to hurry up, folks. Time is on the essence to be on the main rush to go recording in progress. Okay, looks like one small traffic to be a bit more congested. Gonna have to keep a good evasion and dodge. But you know, something else that might be quite very special to have one part of the area district in San Francisco. Going racing in Chinatown and the Marinas area itself is now actually to have a most finest view out there to have the Golden Gate Bridge. Not to mention because other kinds of locations around in real life, so that will be doing much more fine perfection and souvenir in case of doing some vacation trip. So the next car is I'm about to keep using with Japanese vehicle. Talk about doing a perfect time to go on filters to be on the brand, country, or maybe I'll have to name it. So let's see, just gonna choose any Japanese vehicle to go between onto the car or bike. Maybe let's just give the UDRS Contender C on the Nissan Fairlady C Type PS30 in the 432 model. That would be doing much more classic JDM car as I'm about to be at the ready. So let's turn the engine on, cue the loading screen, and take place to be prior to be in the nighttime. So I bet it does because different track layout on one open road area to be set and to the different condition. So let's get it on and hit the nitro to see some modern vehicles to go and underestimate with a classic C. Going around in the hills of San Francisco, take that jump and watch yourself. The next turn is going to be on a brake zone that you really need to keep a concentration when you're going on clean racing. Okay, that's good. Going underneath the Golden Gate. At this part of the area where the aerobatics is about to be set and go for some stunts and figures just to be on the rightful spot to be here on the Pacific Ocean right next to the Golden Gate Bridge as the most iconic landmark in all in San Francisco. Gonna have to make the left turn and check the map to go wide expanded. Okay, looks like all the modern vehicles are still trying to catch up to me. Gonna keep going and stay on the line of progress in the Gates of Dragon until the second lap to be served as a final run. Okay, that's good. Gonna slow down. Checkpoint to go moving on. Okay, looks like Presido on the location district. Gonna have to slow down and keep the speed in fourth gear. Okay, on to the Marina District location over here, right next to the beach. Okay, Pacific Heights, heading back in and keep up the good run. Okay, gonna slow down and almost there to be on the finish line in the arrival destination. So there you go. That's 2 laps in Chinatown and the commute. So very good job, well done. So in the meantime, just to be on the rightful time to go enter to be proceed over to be on the USB Tour West Special Number 8 at Frisco. That will be my guess to go for a commute for having a time attack event. So this will have to take one-way ticket to go cruise around, but yet any kinds of location to be highlighted to have a helping icon during in contractor. But mostly, maybe this will do in the right time to go quick by destination to head on over. Set a waypoint here and do the special on number 8. Gonna take some time to get back in to do some driving to be follow on the line of destination arrival. But it takes 2 miles after finishing in the gates of Chinatown for only one street race event. Naturally, doing other kinds of more events to be sprint race on street race discipline is doing some more fine challenges. But what else? Something else that might be going additionally whenever current update is now being set on the arrival from here until now. Any other new players who is actually just gonna take part to be entered on the stories for Season 5 in Episode 1 and 2 of American Legends, and Season 9 in the first episode as the return of the same name itself. But that will have to take more cars to collect and new opportunities to have some more experience to become as the icon level. Whew, looks like it's about time to go snow. Talk about winter is coming, but yet still in the fall season, alright. Okay, just gonna make a U-turn here, and here we are. Frisco Special. Number 8, and prior to take the final stage on the USST West Edition. So gonna deselect the filters, and let's see. Gonna have to choose any best real car vehicle or motorcycle. How about maybe I should go for the 2017 Camaro CL1. That would be a very good true icon level to be set and do a time attack special on the track of San Francisco to be on the main part in the commute. But it's about time to go in snow. But there's no need to have a better time to go on for having a normal condition without any rain or snow. Daytime it is, just like nighttime, and it's about to go fast and on.
It's a go for US Speed Tour West Special Number 8, San Francisco, California. Cars speeding through the Golden Gate City, America's oldest and largest Chinatown.
But you guys really gonna have to take a vacation in San Francisco. This was most finest iconic location in America, part of the West Coast and the state of California. Oldest, largest areas in Chinatown, the buildings, and even the most famous iconic landmark in the Golden Gate Bridge and the Bay Area itself. Just to have a most finest different location and even the trolley cars itself to be seen on the street by the rail. But only in the Crew 2, it doesn't show any trolley cars to be yet around. It's all about full asphalt on the streets and avenues itself. So here it comes. My Camaro CL1 is about to get ready to take one stunt of a jump. Checkpoint. And go hit the nitro. Okay, very good distance by yards. Down the hill I roll. Gonna keep my eyes on the city and keep on racing, stay clean. "30 seconds behind the gap and go clear towards the end of lap number 1. The Frisco Special actually to be take place in the commute of San Francisco, cruising around and racing to go speeding up around on any different location as you already took it by before to be served as a standard race with opponents. But clearly, I still really enjoyed having a most finest location in the state of California like San Francisco, along with Los Angeles, Sacramento, and any other location has ever before to see some most finest beautiful environment location like Lake Paris, right next to Marietta County along with Temecula. Well, I just been there once during for having a peace and relaxation to see the good look on the lake. Okay, that's 50 seconds. Keep going faster in progress. Almost by 1 minute. And here it goes. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, so much for that one. So it'll have to take the financial district in SF to go around and pass by. Okay, very good to have over a minute, but I still got this and claimed the record on one event.
There they go, past the last checkpoint. The finish line is right ahead to win the stage.
Nicely done. Perfect time in 3 minutes, 37.956 seconds. It was a lot of good time out there to have some more events to be racing in San Francisco, of course. But mostly, the perfect time to go on to have the final stage in USST West going up north to the state of Seattle, Washington itself. So I'll have to use the GPS to go there and have that location to be highlighted to be either on the land-based discipline, going on Touring Car or Alpha Grand Prix. But you guys know the difference to see how you can ever to have the final stage to get closer, nearly towards 100% complete. So this is it, folks. The final stage in USB Tour West. Touring Car discipline, here I come, and I'll have to grab out my Corvette C6R UDRS Inspirtec livery with a mixed replica of Gran Turismo variation. This will be the final part and going closer to be up north towards the finish line in the final stage on the 8th week. So let's go and have myself prepared to have the most finest enjoyable moment in San Francisco to be leaving in the state of California.
US Speed Tour West's final part, stage number 8. Which driver will be the best from San Francisco, California, up to Seattle, Washington?
The final stage is where you can actually start out to choose any touring car vehicles that you really need to go faster. For instance, any standard vehicles on the same TC class is very much more capable to be faster on every route, corners, and elevation around in every environment. So it'll have to take up north to go proceed to be forward to be arrive in between 3 states: California, Oregon, and Washington State. So now, going enter to have the small town of Eureka. Gonna keep it up and go around to be in the Endosio Forest. Well, give it a pronounced name, that is. That will be doing one of the most finest nature environment in California itself. Alright, time to go hill climb. Better watch the trees, and this one is very large and more perfection to its day. Okay, past the checkpoint to be going up. Then going down. Gonna cross the bridge and proceed over to be in the north coast. Still yet to be coming around in Pacific Ocean to have a nice scenic view out there on the left, along with the forest and the Big Sur Highway itself to be on the main road. Okay, that's good. Keep up the maintained pace. Okay, checkpoint going clear to be at 48% until the halfway point to be reached up in 50. So leaving California and go prior to be passed by in the state of Oregon. Okay, Olympic Park, now arriving in the Washington state. Not yet far at least, but we're almost there to keep up the faster work to go arriving in Seattle. This is where the most famous Space Needle itself is now being seen as the landmark. Okay, going up, almost at 70%. But there it is, you guys. Pass by and right over here, Seattle. This city is much more beautiful to be in the Northwest. But hopefully, you'll have to take a few more speed and route by corner to get there on the arrival of destination to have one last final time attack. The long sprint race is about to come to an end for 2 stages on the US Speed Tour in the East and West Edition. So let's go there, and arriving to be on the main gate to have the main route to be on the next turn at the left. So here we are now. Let's go faster to take the full stretch and climb up to be on the hill.
Final leg of the final stage. Watch the drivers go for it. If they can't make it here, they can't make it anywhere.
Successful and superb. 4 minutes, 13.787 seconds. We did it, you guys. We have finally did it. US Speed Tour West Edition is now complete. Starting out to be in the Black Hills and go all the way to Seattle to have a different sprint course to go on places to places per each event with different disciplines. And that's where the finish line is about to come to an end, viewers. We did it. We have finally done it for the USST until the cities are about to be ready to set priority as a competition to be racing on the urban race course. So let's have a good check on activities, because this will have to take major progress report on Motorflix. So we just did so far 100% on Season 3, Episode 1 and 2, and that's not all. We got some more events to be coming up to be prior to have the Contractor and 2-part episode of Season 5, American Legends. But even of course to have some more events to be starting out on 0% with Dominion Forsberg and Frozen on Season 6, Season 7 in Episode 1, Into the Storm, and Episode 2, Blizzard Rush. But I mean, all kinds of more events are now being set to be highlighted as brand new, and this time, the USST are about to be set to go on the urban cities to have 2 types with normal and endurance along with the next at Motorflix Arena. So far so good, and the progress itself that we might need to have 75% on street racing along with 85% of off-road, 91% of freestyle, and pro racing in 72% along with live extreme series in 55%. So let's check again on the map and see how it turns out to be perfectly to go for having a starting line on San Francisco and Seattle. Much fine good and very excellent as usual to take the road and go all the way up north and then follow into the right until being entered onto the left turn by taking the Avenue Street. For the next video, as I'm about to be ready to take on in the Cascade Scenic Tour, Live Extreme Series in September Spectacular is going to take place before at the end of summer and go earlier in fall. But even of course to have some other more events to go, because other brand new are being highlighted and the rest of the events are still yet to be currently to be required and go for the check mark on the green. So let's wrap this up at the end of the video, folks. So I just really think that if I can probably might have to do for only one part to have American Legends to go on the main search as I'm about to be planned and go for a mini series as a full walkthrough, or maybe I should probably have to be participate in Dominion Forsberg on Season 6 Episode 1 to get set and go for the challenge on the track. So I'm about to be ready, and this will be the faster time to go for only a driver versus the clock. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Discord, Patreon, and more to see my image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time in the Crew 2 for a full walkthrough, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.